Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Wednesday. Well, not the Wednesday. It's a Wednesday evening.
It's a
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Welcome to GirlChatSports.
After dark.
After dark. I know. I like this. New
Kinda
time.
risque.
Yeah.
Kind of risque.
Yeah, it is.
And if you're tuning in right now, that means you survived Facebook and Instagram and Twitter going down.
Oh, man. Tell me about it. That was bad.
That was major. We were trying to promote our show, which is almost impossible without social media.
Right.
But we're here, and hopefully you're here, and if not, we'll be tuning you in soon.
Yeah. Episode 139, though.
139.
139.
And it's been a busy week for us,
Yes,
too.
you celebrated your birthday. Big ups to Mel. Shout out to Mel, you guys. Her birthday was the absolute best.
It was a good birthday.
We made it a 3-day weekend of lots of events.
And for being, I didn't go out at night.
Right.
But I was tired as all heck. Like, literally all day Saturday, all day Sunday.
Welcome to Quattro Uno.
Quattro Uno.
Quattro.
The Dirk Nowitzki year.
Yeah, the Dirk Nowitzki year. But you still brought it like a rock star. I'm not mad at you.
I mean, I was trying to do what I could do. You know what I mean? Nothing but to do it.
You gotta live.
Yeah. So we're here.
Yes, we are.
We've got a couple guests in studio that we'll get to in 1 second.
Yes, very excited about these guests.
Really
I'm super excited. Like I hope we can make it to an hour.
Well, as we
And not
promoted
past
and
it.
as we have on, as you can see, I don't know if we can stand up or even show. We got these. Shout out to Harry Ruiz.
Yeah, shout out Harry, man.
Shout out to
Came
the
through
lights.
Clutch. Shout out to
Came
the
through
lights.
Clutch. We got some of
Zappos,
these
shout out to them.
dope jerseys.
When you go up, I go down.
I have so much to say about that, but I'm not.
I'm really scared about this after dark show that you guys are
Quan,
doing
you
today.
brought it out of us. We were supposed to have daytime hours, and then we moved to nighttime, and you just know what the
I'm
night brings
trying
you.
to say.
Yeah. So we're excited about our guests tonight.
Yeah, we'll get into the jerseys
yes,
and the meaning behind them.
Absolutely.
But first, let's talk about Vegas sports. There's a lot. Here's the deal. I have a friend that was some friends that are coming in for the weekend, right? And hotel rooms are crazy expensive. And I thought, okay, 4th of July weekend, maybe I get that. But I forgot it's also Summer League this weekend.
Yes.
So everybody in Summer League, as well as all the players, coaches, personnel, fans, groupies, and never mind, are all in town. And it's also fight night on Saturday.
Oh my God, UFC is popping this weekend.
John Jones.
I remember seeing that Jones-Cormier fight. That was one. Shout out to Markel at the time.
Woo,
We're looking out for a girl.
Yeah.
And you got Holly Holcomb. And you got Amanda Nunes, who is definitely a pit bull out there. She's vicious.
It's going to be big time.
It's going to be good, though.
And people are questioning Holly
be
Holm
really-
on if she can even manage, if she can handle this, if she'll be able to do it. And she's kind of coming out the
I
gate
feel like she can. I mean, anything's possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything's possible. So our aces, they're amazing.
Yo, third right now. We're third in the NWNBA.
Yes, we're 8-5.
8-5.
8-5.
So
Say it
here's the
alive.
disappointing part. We did win last week on Tuesday,
Right.
and then we had lost in LA to the Sparks on Thursday, which was very disappointing.
It was.
But we came back on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, what a game. It was good. We beat the Indiana Fever for Pride Night.
Yep. You
Shout
went
out
to that. How
I
was
did.
that?
It was great. It was beautiful. Like all the arena was decked out in rainbows,
Yeah.
and everybody was super supportive. They gave out these dope fanny packs. But by the way, if anybody has a fanny pack and is not using it,
Yeah, because it was for
I
the
want
first 1,500 fans, right? That
and they were
fanny pack was
nice.
really nice.
They were nice.
And shout out to I
And that
believe it
was
was-
a good fanny pack.
I believe it was Derica Hamby that was Jinsu Park. She was modeling it when I did the fashion
Got
segment
you.
of.
I think Asia had one on
And
too.
Asia had one on too. Yeah.
So that was
Way to
cool.
represent.
They had a really good game. This is also Asia Wilson's career high of 39 points on Saturday. Also, Liz had scored 12 points in overtime, which is a new, I think, WNBA record for points scored in overtime by one person.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
She's going to be DJing too coming up for the WNBA
Snoop.
All-Star break with Snoop and Izzy.
I'm not
Iggy
Iggy Azalea.
Azalea,
I don't
yeah.
know why how she got teamed up in that.
I don't know how they decided on her.
I don't know.
But people
either.
are excited about it because I read in the chat, like, people were excited, like, Iggy, oh my God. Like, I saw it on Twitter, like, people are wanting to see her. Maybe this is her comeback, performance.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't call it a comeback, but I'm calling it a comeback. I ain't heard from her in who knows long. Well, it's been a minute, right?
It has.
Yeah. So the Aces have a game coming up this Friday against the Washington Mystics. Game is at 7:30. It's also a salute, you said, or a battle
Salute to service. So it's like all military,
Awesome.
law enforcement, anybody like that. They're basically asking that you can donate a ticket for them or just invite them to come. But it should be a good look on Friday because a lot of people like myself aren't working on Friday. Like I literally think nobody was in my office today. Barely. Tomorrow's a holiday, so everybody's off. And then Friday, I think everybody is taken off.
But you have basically a 4-day weekend, and we have a call already, and we haven't even got started with our After Dark show.
Okay.
Kala.
Hello.
Holla.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, this is Derek.
Hey, Derek.
I had
Could
a
you
question
turn
for
down?
Tommy.
Okay.
Tony?
We don't have Tommy. Well, yeah, Tommy, sure.
Sure. We hadn't introduced him yet, but we'll go ahead.
Hey,
go
right
for
on.
it. We love
Okay.
it.
Just do us a favor, Derek, if you could turn down your TV or your radio or however you're watching the show.
There is literally nothing on.
Okay.
Oh,
perfect.
okay, cool. I think it's just our music in our heads. Go for it,
I
Derek.
think it's on your
Go for it, Derek.
Yeah, I was looking to see which supporter group Tommy Olsen likes more, and why is it the electric company?
Oh, wow.
We're
Put him on the
feeding
spot.
answers, huh? Just feeding the answers.
Wow.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Look at that. Already you set
Tommy,
me up
as
there.
my grandmother used to say, I don't play favorites.
I don't play favorites. That's for sure. Oh, man. I really want to answer, but I can't. I want to answer, but I can't. But I appreciate you calling. Hey, all I know is the electric company, I assume, is the one calling here.
Maybe you can just give out... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm here for Llama Dude. What up, Llama Dude?
Llama Dude is in the
your
building.
electric company, right?
Like we have it.
Yeah.
Derek broke out our surprise.
Yeah, right.
Time out. I got to give it to the electric company right now. I'm
Yeah.
doing it. Look at this. Llama Dude's here. My
here.
boys are calling.
They're representing pretty
electric
tough.
company. Hey, they're with us through thin and thick. So shout out. Shout out
Shout out to you, Derek, too, for calling. I
exactly.
appreciate
We
it.
love you too, Tommy. We love you
sir.
too.
Yes, sir. Hey, they're always there, man. Win or lose, I always love that. When the fans are always with you, win or lose,
Yeah.
They know, and everyone knows it's tough. We're all in it together, right? So
Yes.
I appreciate them for sure.
Shout out to the electric company. I guess we could go into introducing. Surprise! We got Llama Dude in the building, and we got our boy Tommy TKO Olsen in the building.
What's up, everybody?
Big ups to these guys. Yes. Welcome. So, I want to start with Llama Dude first, since Tommy already got to answer something from a great fan that called in. Shout out to Derek. Where did you decide, and when did you decide to become a Lights fan and take on the llama persona of the Llama Dude?
Well, it was from the first game. My coworker, he's into soccer, like watching MLX and stuff like that. He's Salvadorian, and he noticed that there was a Lights game, like the Lights team coming in together and stuff. And he told me that we should go to the first game. So then I came with him. We got midfield tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I just saw a sports section, and I was like, I was hooked.
Wow.
I want to be there, and then not here in the middle. I want to be with them, supporting the team.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how I went to the sports section.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is
The
history.
rest is history.
And then I noticed that you're on your head, you've got the sash or just a headband that says founding season ticket member.
Yeah, it's the scarf.
It's a scarf that you use?
it's
I'm
a
calling
scarf.
it a headband, but it's a scarf. Okay.
It's a scarf.
Let me get my fashion right.
Yeah.
Nice fashionable scarf.
Hello,
Founding
Mo.
season
Yeah,
diamond.
the
Yeah,
fashion
exactly.
lady, really.
Like, I need to get it together and right and tight, right?
The new headband scarf.
Yes, they are. They are. I love it. Well, you're wearing a scarf too, so I
Yep.
so I don't want to. Okay, and you've got a if the audience is not watching us, we also got he's wearing his Tommy Olsen T-shirt that he
yeah.
had custom made.
Yes, sir.
And it's signed. I'm jealous, and it's signed.
Yes, sir. I should have.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, electric company. Let's talk about it. What got you? Because are you just strictly llama dude out there? Are you playing the instruments? Because here's the deal, guys. If you haven't been to a lights game, it is really electrifying and intense. No pun intended. I mean, these booster clubs bring it. Electric Company is amazing with their presence. I think it is a good, strong interaction for what the fans can kind of experience as well. You guys have great chants, and then the chants go with you, and then, it just kind of, it gels. It works really, really well.
Right.
So aside from you being Llama Dude, are you playing any instruments in it? Are you coming up with the chants, or how did that all get started? Like, I need to know, like.
Well, I recently started practicing the trombone.
Oh, okay.
Which I got from my dad's room.
Oh, your dad plays the trombone?
Yeah, he used to.
Oh, okay.
And then he doesn't use it no more, so I just got it from him, and I started like practicing and stuff.
Yeah, because that's one thing they don't have is a horn section with the band. So
yeah,
that's a big element.
We have a trumpet.
Oh, you do have a trumpet.
We have a trumpet, and we recently just got a saxophone too.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. So they're going to cut up and do a concert too in like halftime.
That's what it feels like. It feels like it's a concert all game.
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's a free
that's
concert
true.
for
That
me.
is true. It's free
And
concert.
because they're right behind the
Oh,
goal,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
you get.
Yeah. So does that, are you able to not necessarily tune them out, but are you able to focus? Or
It's
how's that work,
easy.
Tommy?
It's easy at home. At home, the smoke is the only one that maybe sometimes I'm like a little like this. But honestly, everything else, it's easy at home because they're all saying good things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about the smoke. on
Nah,
that.
dude. Nah. The
And we
smoke.
don't mean like
That's-
smoking
Right.
like cigarette smoke.
No,
They
it's
have
never-
these like, what are those like?
Smoke bombs.
Yeah,
Smoke
Smoke
bombs.
bombs.
And they're colored
but they're-
smoke bombs.
yeah,
They're
that's a-
really cool.
Hey, that's a part of it though.
Yeah, it is.
They have to
Yeah.
be there.
So one thing about Electric Company I have to admire about them is the fact that they do bring like a lot of great energy to this field. And I mean, I think
Good
that's what made me
energy.
great energy. And I think that's what made me fall in love with the lights even more and being on and blessed to be on that sideline to see that happen because it involves you. It's all about self-involvement. And even when my brother came to the last match this past Friday, he could still hear them. They were loud over on the side
They're
that we were.
major.
They're major.
Yeah.
He was like, next time I got to get seats on that side. Yeah, you do.
You really
Yeah,
do.
you do.
You
To
do
bring
just
it.
like I did. Just like I did.
Yeah.
Join us.
So let me ask you something. I know because I haven't been able to chance to meet Dolly or Dottie Llama.
I have.
Right.
I
Yeah.
met them.
Yeah. So what again prompted you to use the llama mascot as opposed to Cash? Maybe was that a conflict of interest possibly?
Too many cash masks.
Too many cash
for the
masks
field.
for the field?
No, yeah. The thing was that it was pretty much a coincidence me getting the llama head because it was a random walk on the store pretty much, and like at Walmart just walking like I actually forgot what I was there for, but while I was walking I saw the big boxes they have, you know, where they put the balls or like pillows and stuff, and then they had a lot of heads, like animal heads, and then I was looking for a llama head because I saw it on the side of the box, so I was looking for it, and I actually had to like go all the way down, like pull everything out of the box, and then I didn't find one, so I got a goat head, and then I put everything back in. I was like, I'll just go with the goat head. And then my coworker, he goes to all the lights games, and then he saw the llama head on another Walmart, and he told me about it. So the next day, I went to another Walmart and got the llama head.
And that's probably a good thing because I don't know about how well a goat head
The
would
goat
go
head's not
over.
gonna make it.
That
The
would
goat head
seem
would've
kind of
been-
like it
that
might have
would've
been like
made the
some
wrong
old.
nomenclature. I just want to know
No,
what that would have
well,
been.
you don't want to say anything about the goat head because we actually got a little goat, which
Oh.
is a little kid.
Yeah,
And-
we love a little
He's-
goat.
So is it like a baby
Really?
llama, or are you just calling it the goat?
No, he's little goat.
He's little goat.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
little
you do
goat.
have
So there's a
little goat.
family of you guys.
Yeah.
It's
So
like a
there-
ranch.
yeah,
There's like
so
a whole
there-
full-fledged
so
farm out here.
I'm very intrigued by this,
the
Mel.
Cashman farm.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by
We're
this.
crazy. We're
Okay,
crazy.
I have another question. So, have you met Dolly and Dottie, the actual llamas, while
Yes.
wearing the llama head?
Yes.
And what was their reaction to that?
Plenty of times. Well, they get different reactions. I guess it depends how they're feeling. Because like once they actually came like towards me and like they actually like a kiss, like a llama kiss, pretty much.
Cute.
And then sometimes they just look away and like walk away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it just depends on them how they're feeling and stuff.
Okay, very cool. Now, what made it so interesting that you became a big fan of Tommy's? I mean, we're fans of Tommy's as well. I mean, we don't have the shirt yet.
Right.
Basically, because he's a Seahawks fan as well.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to get you some shirts.
Yeah, like honestly, you could sell those and probably be okay.
If he's okay with it. 'Cause
yeah,
he's
right.
the one in there.
Hey,
So,
it's all right. Do it. Go for it.
So what became your as far as picking a player and picking someone like Tommy, which justifiably is not a bad thing at all.
Right.
But what became your fandom with Tommy?
No, he did last year too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I did another shirt last year for Kobayashi.
Oh, okay.
Which was like Yoshi body with his head on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So what made you become a fan though of Tommy's? I'm very curious.
Well, the pretty much the heart that he has to play, and like he's always there trying to like block whatever he can block, and like he's had pretty amazing blocks, like pretty amazing blocks, and then the 7 clean sheets, which is
I was about to shout
there.
that out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just recently he got the 7 clean sheets, so yeah, it's just he's a great player. He has a heart to be here, and he's from here, so you know, all that combined just makes it good.
And shout out to our born and raised folks from Las Vegas as well, because
Shout out.
that's always a good look.
Of course.
Yeah. So
Hey,
that's pretty
the
dope.
feeling's mutual here, so it's all good.
So how did you react when you knew you had a fan out there by the name of the Llama Dude? When did you get that occurrence of knowing that, or acknowledgement of knowing that you had a fan out there?
All the fans have been really good this year, honestly, like turning out for like a lot of like appearances I've been doing compared to last year. You know, it's like crazy. I did this Volkswagen thing a few weeks back, and you know, you never know what to expect. It was a Wednesday afternoon, you know, and there was like 200 people there. You know, it was a meet and greet with me, and then, you know, it was a promotion for them, whatever, and the lights, and there was like 200 people there, like a huge crowd, whatever. You guys were there. Electric Company was there. Oh, you weren't there, but Electric Company was there. And no, it's just been a crazy year. And obviously, I've seen this guy a few times with the llama head, and then obviously I saw the shirt and I gave him my gloves, and because he plays goalie too on the side for a little, you know, indoor or whatever.
Nice.
Else
We didn't know that. So maybe that's the missing connection.
You didn't tell him that. You didn't know that.
You left that out.
Dude,
I was trying to keep it on the low.
Dude trying to keep it on the down low. Yeah.
But no, this my boy right here. So, and he said he's been playing better since I gave him my gloves. So.
Yeah, he's been.
Hey, that's
They're like
awesome.
the magical gloves.
They are the magical gloves. I got to hold them once. Did you know that?
I think
I did a boomerang on them one night because
Her hands got better after that too. So.
Well, I don't know.
She was able to text
We'll let
better.
callers decide.
Right,
You guys can call in at 702-608-3259 if you have any questions for Llama Dude, Tommy, or Mel and I. That is the number. And
well, one of the reasons why we wanted to have you guys on today was because tomorrow is the big 4th. They actually have a game tomorrow, 4th of July. There is going to be 3D fireworks.
Do I need to put these on?
I don't even know how they can manage that.
How do you do 3D fireworks? I just want to know.
Can somebody call in from the lights maybe for listening? I don't know how. I guess because of the blue and the blue and the red.
They hold up like.
I think it's watching the fireworks, and then you have those little, you know, it's just extra color, a little extra pop.
I mean, I saw extra stuff on my phone. And I see extra stuff on that drawing behind you, Mel.
See, look.
It's popping out.
Yeah,
it's 3D.
see?
Do you know your art was 3D, Quan? If you don't know, you know today.
And so is the United States and Jamaica game.
Nice.
3D.
So
2-0, by the way.
2-0. Nice. So we're excited about tomorrow's game.
It's the 4th of July.
Right.
It's they'll have fireworks post game where you can actually come on the field and watch the fireworks with whomever you're there with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the 25th anniversary. This makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
Because I remember this team.
Kick it, Mel.
The 25th anniversary of when the 1994 USA team were in the FIFA World Cup.
Yes.
Eric Winalda, Coach Winalda was on, and he actually scored the very first goal by the Team USA in a World Cup, FIFA World Cup since 1950.
Probably their best player on that team too, by the way.
Hey,
you might be a little partial. So I remember definitely Kobe Jones, Alexi Lawless. I mean, these are all. I mean, I was in high school, like early high school, like freshman year of high school.
And that makes me feel even older.
But I remember it being a huge deal. Like World Cup, it was in the United States.
Right.
They were going to like 9 different cities all over the U.S. And from what it sounds like, that is still like the biggest World Cup they've had. It's grossed the most money. It's had the most fan base. It's had the most. It was just great. And for 1994 in the United States, soccer wasn't as big as it is now.
No.
So for that to be happening in 94, 25 years ago.
Yeah. That's a huge deal.
It changed everything.
It does.
And you know, it's
soccer.
funny because as I was trying to look for pictures of like Coach back in the 94 and the team jerseys, I was like, well, I want to see what, because I don't remember what the original jerseys look like. I was like, oh, let me see how the replica looks like, whatever. And it's funny because, you know, we grew up in a time now where our phones are everywhere.
Right.
I myself, you know, I have like 30,000 pictures in my phone. And it's always selfies. There's video. Everybody's videoing or taking pictures. Right. It's hard to find these pictures because no one had phones. It's like literally all old school cameras. They probably had developed some film to get these pictures.
But the lights found them because they did a split screen of Ronaldo then to Ronaldo now and the jersey
and I thought they probably had a really good person on Photoshop working with the coloring.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think any of the current pictures that I found had those kind of great, you know.
Oh, no, because I know my
colors.
90s photos don't look that polished. You know what I mean?
Not.
But yeah, so that inspiration created these jerseys, inspired for these jerseys to commemorate that game.
Yes.
And I think tomorrow's game is going to be so special, not only for that, but I'm calling it y'all winning.
Ooh.
And we're both going to be there.
And we're going to both be there,
no,
of course.
no.
But I need to know, can we have Llama predict what the outcome of the game, the score is? Do you think he has that prediction?
Let's hear it.
I mean, if you're ready. Because let's be clear. Because you guys won. We had a game last Friday, like I said, against OKC Energy. It did not work out in our favor at all. That was the game itself, because I was at that match while you were over at the Aces game.
Right. We had to split. Tommy, I'm sorry.
I know. We had to split.
If it was my fault, I apologize.
You can say sorry, but the loss is on you. That's all.
I knew he was going to say that to you. I knew it. I knew it was going to be your fault.
I'll take that.
I'll take it.
I will take it.
Take that.
So you're showing up tomorrow, though, right?
I am there tomorrow.
We're
bells
there
on.
tomorrow. We are your good luck charm. But it was a lot of different variables to that match. And shout out to the attendance, because the attendance was like no other. Mm-hmm. This is what I like about Lights games. People show up. So from what I understand, the total amount of attendees for last weekend's game was 9,418 people.
That's double the Aces.
That was double
close to a shutout, close to a sellout.
Close to a sellout. I mean, I was like,
and that's major, because before we just went right into you guys, there was an Aviators game, an Aces game, and y'all's game, all on the same night, all at the same time.
Yep. And I think the Aviators only one-upped them by 1,000. I think they were at 10,000. Lights were 9,000, and then for the Aces, it was like what, 6,000 or 7,000 or 4,000? I can't remember the math on that.
I don't remember.
But I know the attendance was there. And here's the other thing that I did not notice is that our beloved coach, hashtag Ronaldo Wednesdays, hashtag coaching by Ronaldo, got ejected from the match.
Oh, yeah.
What was that all about? Do you know? Like, what was going on? There was a lot of calls that were bad. There was a lot of yellow cards being thrown left and right. I didn't understand it. I was just like, come on, for little mundane things. I just thought they were real punitive.
Yeah, no, the refereeing was questionable, and it was just, he got tossed because he had been going back and forth for a while all game, and I think he got a warning or two, and just, he kind of popped off. But hey, I mean, yeah, the refereeing wasn't amazing, so sometimes it happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It does happen. And to not your fault of your own, and I know you were visibly frustrated by the end of that match, because we ended, I mean, we actually got some overtime minutes off of some calls. Like, we were able to add more minutes on for the match. I wouldn't say overtime minutes, but actual 10 more minutes added. I believe it was like 88 minutes we were into the game, 2 minutes left of the match, and OKC scores. I had never seen Tommy so upset. When the game was over, like, Tommy walked to the dugout area, did not say a word, looked. I was like, you'll be okay, Tommy.
Hey, listen, Mo texted me, was like, Tommy's pissed.
Don't talk to me.
And I was like,
he was upset.
Nah, that's a tough one to swallow,
It is a tough
especially
one.
if you lose late like that. A team, against a team that you probably outplayed most of the game, and
Yeah, exactly.
it's as a goalie, when you get scored on that late, and at home too, we hadn't lost all year, so I need to go in and cool off for a minute, and then come back out and just chill a little bit.
So when you went back there, give us the back on that. Did you kick a cooler? Did you punch a line?
there's a broken hamper in there, but
What else?
That's soft. The hamper's not too
How are
good.
your knuckles? Are your
How
knuckles
did you break the
okay?
hamper? Did you kick the
Oh
hamper?
yeah, I kicked it.
As a soccer player, that's I'm wondering, are you punching or are you kicking
Oh, I'm
things?
Yeah, I
kicking
wanna
it.
know.
No,
Okay,
I
okay.
kicked it.
Okay.
Yeah. Our team. Well, Ronaldo's son is our team, like equipment guy.
Yeah, shout out to him.
So
yeah.
I go back in there later. He's like, "What happened to the hamper?" I was like, "I don't know. I think someone kicked it and ran out of here." That's what I said.
Is there like a hole in the hamper, or what did he notice?
Yeah. No, it's gone. You need a new hamper.
Mo needs
Yeah.
like pictures of the
I was
hamper
just
now.
like,
She's really
no one
I
was,
need details.
no
I
one was
wanna
in there
see
though,
this.
so
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, "Dude, I don't know what happened. This must have
Yeah,
someone."
absolutely.
Blame it on
Until
someone
you
else.
bring
Bring
it
back
there.
the footage, and they're
Right,
like, "Wait a
right,
minute, was that
right.
Tommy?"
Right.
I think it was
right.
Llama Dude.
I think Llama Dude came here and
Llama
kicked
Dude
it. He's like,
And Llama Dude, what were your emotions for that match? What was going through your head?
oh man, it
for
was
that?
a roller coaster.
It really was.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster. We had a lot of opportunities and we were all happy, and then once like it hit like on the power one where it hit the post.
Yeah, we had a shot to hit the post.
yeah,
Probably,
yeah.
5
And then-
minutes.
So your energy is up here, you're looking for the goal, and then the shot comes and then it hits the post, so your energy just goes
Oh
down.
yeah,
and-
right. I saw
Yeah.
that play, and the cannons were ready. Like we were ready.
Yeah, we were all
ready.
ready for that
we were
one.
ready to launch.
Yeah, we were ready.
Yeah, it's kind of like
and-
oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because they
it-
get all ready and psyched
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Those
right.
guys that are
Yeah.
doing the
Oh, yeah.
cannons.
And
Yeah.
Bobo, shout out to Bobo because he does a great job of pumping the on. It's like it's
Yeah, yeah.
coming, it's coming.
Yeah,
like we were
yeah.
all like, it's coming, it's coming. Guess what? They're gonna score again. But guess what? There's time. We
Well,
can
that's
do
the
this.
thing
We can
too.
do
Yeah,
this.
If
and
anyone was gonna score, it looked like it was gonna be us. So
Right.
then when they scored
Right.
late, it was like,
that's
okay,
Yeah.
now what?
Oh, Bobo, hey, shout out to him. He still was like, we got time, you guys. We got time.
Yeah.
They're gonna score.
How
Yeah.
much time was left?
It's
Probably
two-
like 7 minutes if you
I
include
mean, that's
extra
still
time.
good enough.
No,
I
that
mean, that's-
is.
Well,
Yeah.
2
Anything
minutes.
can
It was
happen.
88, so 2 minutes plus like 5 minutes of extra
Yeah,
time.
we
so,
have 5 minutes extra added. Yeah.
yeah,
How was Coach after that game?
he was pretty pissed.
Yeah.
yeah, he was
Is
frustrated
it
with the ref.
execution? Why it sounded
Uh,
somebody's in our comments talking about. Shout out to Nelson who's in there. Coach mocked the ref. He said
Yeah, no,
Oh.
no, he was hot for sure. You know,
like
when he was-
old Eric Winalda.
Oh yeah, no, his inner player definitely came out. You know, after the game, it's just frustrating when when you lose to a team, especially a team you know you can beat.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
probably have more quality than, but that's soccer.
Ooh, was that
Yeah.
a little pettiness over there?
Oh, for sure. You should have seen my post game interview.
Well,
My cousin called me. He's like, "You salty or what?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, come on."
But he wasn't salty enough to give me a happy birthday shout out. So that was cute.
yeah, I
I
kind of
did.
waited till
I
it
got
cooled
you.
off a little bit because
No, when she said that, I was like, "All right."
I know because I really didn't want to poke the bear.
Right.
And I was like, I saw, Harry interviewing him. Shout out to Harry again.
Yes.
I didn't want to, he was saying it, and I didn't want him to have to repeat himself. We lost, and that's okay. And I know it was the first home loss, but that's okay. It's going to be the first and the last because guess what?
That's it.
There you
We
go.
win it tomorrow.
More.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Of
sir,
course.
yes, sir,
And we
yes, sir.
got Llama Dude going to predict the outcome of the score. He's going to put it out there.
Well,
So
I'm
what
gonna go
about?
for a 3-0.
3-0.
Oh.
Hey, I'll take
I'm
that.
cool with that.
I'm
Fourth
cool with that
July.
too. I'm
It's
cool
gonna be
with that
fireworks.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Hey, I
I'm
want
cool
to see
with
a
that.
lot of confetti out there.
Yeah,
I
I'm cool
respect
with
it.
that. So then your next home game is not until the 27th of July. You
I
guys
think
play.
it's an away game actually.
Is it
the
away game
27th.
against,
yeah,
Rio
we
Grande?
played- No, we played Tacoma, I think.
Oh, no,
27th.
well,
Oh, okay.
but the next home one.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it would be the 27th, right?
Oh, okay. I kind of got them mixed up.
That's
What is
okay.
both?
Yeah,
Those-
yeah,
those
it's
are-
a-
oh, you know that.
It's the 27th.
We're just trying to quiz you,
Cheat
Tom.
sheet.
Yeah, I
You're
know,
trying to
right?
We're gonna
quiz
report
your
back to
schedule.
Coach.
Yeah, yeah. And then, we've got quite a few home games. So I want everybody to show up to this one.
Well,
Hit that
you got like a
10,000
nice
mark.
little break after this game. You got like a little break.
Yeah, it's good. It just definitely for our team. We got a lot. Some guys are injured, and it's a long
Here's
season.
a question,
so.
because since we're in like the Major League Baseball All-Star Weekend, we're in even our minor league baseball team's All-Star Weekend is next week. Is there like a soccer? We're new fans here still, so bear with us.
Yeah.
Is there like a All-Star soccer?
Right, that's a good question.
No, not for our league actually. There should be. I don't know
Yeah.
why there's not.
Hey, USL.
No,
Yeah, come on, get
honestly,
together.
I would be surprised in the next few years they don't do something like that, because minor league baseball.
Well,
does
because
that,
I mean, it's like you get, and that's usually what All-Star breaks are for, is a break.
yeah.
Right.
So it would be nice if, you guys would have this 2 weeks off where you got, they got to get together with all the, top players or whatnot, or the voted players to
I'm
come in and
surprised
have
they
a
don't
game.
do that, because there's a ton of teams.
Hello?
And there's obviously
Yeah.
2 conferences, so they really
And a
should
long
do that.
schedule.
And
I
the
thought of the
popularity
idea, so if
Yeah,
anyone
right.
wants to give me
So,
credit.
yeah.
But and the popularity is spiked too, so I don't see why you couldn't do that.
Now,
But-
does MLS have an
Yeah,
All-Star
yeah,
game?
they- yeah,
Okay.
they do.
Okay. See, I didn't know that either.
So here's the thing, and this is a hot button topic because we talked about this. Cashman Field.
Yeah.
possibly up for grabs to be. Well, it is up for grabs. I mean, we just have to have the right investor come in and redo the stadium and possible MLS.
How do the players feel about that?
Well, they have an investor in there.
They do. Okay.
There's, more or less, there's
what are you able to talk about?
They're dealing with. The city council has singled out one group that they're dealing with. So they're already in talks with dealing with. They just have to get a deal done in the next 150 days or something like that.
Okay.
So there's somebody already there that's interested in buying the team. And if they get a project done with city council, then it's a done deal. And Brett Lashbrook's already said that he would sell the team. No problem. So it's close. It's very close. Everyone I've talked to is very upbeat about it. Now it's really just about obviously getting a deal done and then having MLS come in. But MLS is interested too because, it's Vegas. It's the hot spot right now. And we have attendance. There's compared to a lot of USL teams, I mean, Sacramento has great attendance and they're up there and there's a few others, but we're right there. So, we proved it. If you're getting 10,000 people more or less at a USL game, there's no problem you shouldn't get.
Which I think it's important that the state, it
stay there. Like, don't because remember they were talking Raiders and that wasn't even set up for that. And I don't want that. That's crazy.
Well, that's the thing too. Once this all started happening, Foley, the Knights owner, was like, "Wait, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
I want a piece of that."
How can I get some more money?
He's saying, "Well, I'll do it, but we'll play at Raider Stadium." And I'm all for whatever happens. As long as it's MLS and Vegas, I'm cool with it. I personally, being a Vegas guy and growing up 10 minutes down the road from here, would love it to be a Cashman and just revitalize that whole area.
That would
and just connect.
The area could use it.
Absolutely.
And the community is there.
100%. And if
I live like 4 blocks from there, so
so
I could go walking if I wanted to.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And if you can connect Fremont Street to Cashman and really make it, people walking to the games, doing this and that. Because in that little gap, there's not much there. So it's like you can revitalize the whole area, and that's what they would do. They would tear down Cashman and just kind of start fresh. So I'm hopeful. That would be sweet.
Yeah, that would be.
What would be the opportunity for the current USL players to be able? I mean, what's the process of being able to try out for an MLS team?
Yeah, how does that work?
No, well, I mean, assuming they would definitely consider Winalda as being the next coach. It wouldn't be a for sure thing, but they would definitely consider that, and then he would kind of give a few guys shots. I mean, you're looking at probably like maybe 4 or 5 players though. That's like since FC Cincinnati, who just was at USL last year, moved up this year,
and they didn't even have attendance.
No, they had great attendance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cincinnati had great attendance.
But they didn't do good. It was one or the other. They weren't good.
I don't think they had a great year the year prior, but I think they kept maybe 3 guys from that USL team.
Well, that's good.
And then they kept the coach for like 10 games, and then they fired him.
Oh, wow. So then that's a tricky, slippery slope. You can get a coach to that level, and they may not be able to coach you, which I highly doubt Winalda wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
It's a tough thing, though. But yeah, you're not going to bring the whole team to
right,
MLS.
absolutely.
And then there's no way that you can't really have a USL and an MLS team.
No, not necessarily.
What if like the USL was like Henderson, like
because
technically because Seattle has the Sounders and Tacoma has the USL team.
Yeah,
right.
So that works.
Yeah. It's I think it would be tough because you're really you're really like Tacoma struggles with attendance.
Oh yeah.
And,
it's Tacoma.
Well, yeah, it's Tacoma, and it's just
Washington,
like Sounders are so big there, so you're not necessarily gonna. And a lot of those Tacoma kids are Sounders like youth kids, like they're 17, 16.
Okay.
And so that it's a hard thing for Tacoma because you're really playing kids against big boys. That's why they're in last place, and they've struggled the last 3 years. And Seattle Sounders doesn't really put that much time and effort into them, so that's kind of a tricky area. The USL is trying to figure that out, because USL wants to be their own league. They want to.
Sure.
They're obviously second division, but they don't want little kids playing too. So it's tricky, but hey, I mean, if Vegas keeps going, I guess you could support.
I'm all for the revitalization of downtown. I mean, we started with it. I mean, they're building like up on Fremont Street. I think another project, resort casino is getting built.
Well, even how they changed up downtown, like Main Street, the Arts District,
exactly.
All those little bars that are down there.
And then Hello Smith Center's part of that too. Yeah. All of that. So why not keep pushing towards Cashman Field and beyond? I mean, when we saw the mock-up, it looked like you had some high-rise condos there, some retail space.
The mock-up looked like it was downtown Summerlin.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
The mock-up makes you want to be like, I'm coming over here.
But why not? Because, I mean, that's what, actually, I was on ESPN Radio like few weeks back, and they asked me the same question. I said, well, make it a social event, make it, people want to go there, drink, go to restaurants. maybe they live in a condo right down the street, whatever.
Sure.
Make it, something to do. That's why the aviators are doing well.
Well, and make it still accessible to the
yeah,
local
to the
community.
local community.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. Don't take the locals out of it because you got a lot of born and raised that still live on the east side of town. That still live central Las Vegas and still are loyal to that.
But I just mean aviators. Minor league baseball is great.
Yeah.
But they're not selling out because it's baseball. They're selling out because it's a cool
in Summerlin.
stadium.
It's cool. It's Summerlin.
It's Summerlin. There's
Yeah.
a pool.
But you can get some drinks, go to the game. You got a restaurant.
Yeah.
Make it something like that down
GameWorks,
here.
Right.
movies,
Right.
Red Rock Casino.
Right.
Make it
Skinny
like that
fats.
down here, and
Shout
then
out to Skinny fats.
No, exactly.
I mean,
So it's
Nordstrom Rack.
Nordstrom Rack. Shout out to
Fusion.
Nordstrom. Yeah.
I mean,
there you go. There you go.
But see, we could have that all over on this side of town.
Exactly.
We could totally
Exactly.
have that. I see that
Exactly.
future happening for sure.
I think it's fun.
So, because it's the summer, and how I mentioned in our first interview with you, Tommy, and new to Llama Dude, we're very ingenuitive as far as the lights go. They're very ingenuitive in the things they do.
Okay.
So right now they have the little pools, the kiddie pool.
Oh, kiddie pool.
And,
Pretty much like the aviators pool.
yeah, no, yeah, totally like it.
But it's not sold out, so you're welcome to
spread
still
out.
get one.
Yeah, right.
But for
It's just spread out
$50,
and-
you can have your own personal pool.
With little stepping
lights.
What,
With little
but
step
what
stool.
I think is funny is the stepping stools, because it's not like you couldn't get in it. They put a stepping stool next to it, so just in case that 1 foot drop.
And they got a lifeguard on duty too, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they don't.
I'm
Are
just
you-
being funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I was
if they have
gonna
a
say,
lifeguard.
Right.
Hey, I'll volunteer.
Yeah, Llama Dude's a
Yeah,
lifeguard.
Llama
Get you a
Dude's
life jacket
yeah.
for tomorrow's game, Mama. Dude.
So
Oh, I got something for tomorrow's game. I got
Oh,
something.
you do?
I got something for.
Really?
Make sure you get
Really?
your picture with Llama Dude tomorrow and tag us in it
And then
so we
what
can.
time
Yeah,
is your
I'll be
guys'
very noticeable though.
And what time is your guys' tailgate? Because that's very important. You guys
Right.
can come and meet Llama Dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Meet the Dottie and Dolly Llama.
Right.
I never make it on time to see all of that, and I'm so jealous.
You should make it.
I need to
Hello?
make it. Yeah. No
Well,
excuses.
Tailgate it starts at 5, and we're like right next to the llamas.
Okay.
So if you show up, right there.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, electric
perfect.
company sits like right there in the corner
Okay.
where the grass area is at.
Okay.
Like right on the main entrance. That's where we stay at.
And then what's your tailgating consist of as far as what do you guys do to prep yourself to get ready and motivated for the match?
How many
Oh.
guys drinking?
Yeah, well we got a little.
Well, we
bar-
always like the courage juice, of course.
How
We always
many,
like
how
that.
many Winalda drinks do you
Right,
guys
right,
sell
Waldos.
now?
What are they
How
called?
many Jarritos? The,
Jarritos.
Yeah,
the
it's
Waldos.
Jarritos and like tequila or
Yeah.
something.
the Waldos.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
call it.
We got yellow shots though.
Yellow shots,
Yeah, we
okay.
got yellow shots. We got beer. We got food.
Very
So
nice.
you're welcome to join us. Go
Oh,
ahead and
thank you. Thank you, Llama
Yeah,
Dude.
no problem.
Yeah, you guys come down and check out this lights, and then the fireworks show, and all of this, and then the jersey. So if you bought, I believe it was like $94.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That'll
the ticket,
get
the jersey.
and I think
I think it was something
I
else.
think that's
wasn't there?
it. No, it was a ticket and
$50 for season ticket members.
yes, $50 for the season ticket member. So it was a discount on that, but $94 gets you a ticket and the fresh jersey.
And so for anybody else listening out there, I know we have some people on the Lights fan page that are on
Mhm.
there. So you know our girl Mo, she's a Llama fan. But
I
for the season
am.
ticket holders, there's
Tell
a
'em, Mel.
whole month of giveaways because I think, well, the season ticket holders, they, paid good, decent money for the whole season. And I think because there's been some discounted tickets throughout the, games. Like yesterday, because it was 702 day, they were $7.02.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I'm sure that some season ticket holders are kind of like, wait a minute, I've paid this much for all
Right.
my tickets. So they're giving back to those people. And for the month of July, they have different drawings. There's like a 2-night staycation at the Plaza Hotel.
Nice.
There's a $100 shopping spree at La
Nice.
Bonita with a lights player. So if you get to go, you can
Oh,
probably
you can
pick
take Tommy.
to go grocery shopping at La
Actually,
Bonita.
Actually, I think somebody already won that one.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, sorry, that was July 2nd. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
we're.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who
we're.
won?
Is that me
By
for
the day.
sure?
Who's
by the way?
picking?
Or is it like they pick any player?
I don't know.
I think
How
that
did-
they pick players. I'm not sure.
Okay,
Who
good.
won?
I'm not sure how that
Do
works.
you know who won?
It's Maria something. I
out
forgot.
to
Oh, shout
Maria.
out to Maria for winning
Tag
that.
us in some pictures.
Yeah, and I want to
That'd
see
be
which
awesome.
player she picks. To
Yeah,
go
I want to know
shopping.
too. Well, also there's tomorrow's ticket drawing is going to be for Ronaldo's signed jersey, one of these bad
nice,
boys right here.
Nice. Get your jersey signed.
There's a free case of Jarritos flavor, your favorite Jarritos flavor.
I like the Mandarin.
There's 20 free tickets for a Lights FC home game
Oh,
match, so you
very
can give out
nice.
to the whole crew.
Okay, cool.
We've got happy hour drinks with Coach, probably drinking Waldo's.
So at the happier hour, you're having Waldo's with Winalda.
Hello. There's also a free pitch side pool party on the August 24th.
That's the one we need to be invited to.
Just let us get in the pool with you.
Yeah, that's all we want.
I'll bring a floaty.
I don't even know if I don't know if I clearly will fit in it, but maybe.
I think, if we overflow the kiddie pool, hey, that's just what happens.
We just refill it with more water, right?
Yeah.
Just pour the water on in.
Well, you don't have to win it. For $50, you could be there.
Yeah. Well, we want an invitation, though, Llama dude. Just like we want an invitation to sit up there with the electric company.
Oh, no, you're invited. You come in anytime.
Oh, cool.
Maybe
Maybe
we
you can march with us, too.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Tomorrow we might be.
We might be.
They're lit. They're lit.
They are lit.
Literally.
Yeah.
Speaking of lit, my brother at this match was lit. Not in a bad way. I don't want to put him on blast. But he was having a great time.
That's
He was
good.
like, this was his first lights experience.
Right.
He had an amazing time. He invested in a couple of the $2 shots, not too over-exaggerated. You know what I mean?
Just a couple.
Just a couple. He was able to
Drink
be good.
responsibly.
He was very responsible. But, I go back and check on him. Like, how you doing, Brian? How you doing, bro? He's like, I'm great. This is great. I'm loving this. It's
I love it.
nice
I
out.
love
It's
it.
not
Yep.
hot. It's
I
great.
love it.
I got to come back to one of these again,
That's what we
And
want.
I always try to tell people, you come to a lights game, it is so much fun. It really is. It's
It
a
is.
really good time. Shout out to our friends that are coming because I sent a mass text out. We got quite a few people.
And I spread the word a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, because the tickets were $7.02, like, who
Yeah,
can't
right. I
spend
said,
Come on down.
$7.02?
Exactly.
Come on down.
And a
it's
free
$10.
fireworks show.
And it's $10, even if you didn't. And even if you wanted to get a ticket on the berm, you can sit on the grass with it, watch fireworks.
Look at you and
make a
all
little
this
picnic.
on the
Hey,
terminology.
I
Hey,
love
she's
it.
a lights.
Right?
I'm there. I just
I
need
love
to be
it. I
Donnie
love
and
it.
I'll tell
Ollie.
you this time when I was like, yo, I don't know what to do. Like, we've got an Aces game and a Lights game. I'm going Lights game.
I said that flat out
my
because
girl
I had
right
already
there.
thought
That's
about
good.
it.
I was like, okay, I'm going the Aces
loyal.
game. It's all good.
I'm loyal.
It's all
All good. I
I'm
get it.
loyal.
You gotta spread
I'm
the
loyal to
love.
boil,
No,
but
I'm
we
not
have to-
too salty. All right.
Please
You gotta
don't
spread
be.
the love.
Yeah.
I had to, we had to make sure that we were covering bases here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Hey,
you guys
shout
show
out to
us-
the Aces. All
Yeah,
right.
shout out to them. They show us love, and you guys show us a lot of love
Absolutely,
too. And
yeah.
Llama Dude showing us love.
Yep.
So,
Always.
let's talk about this U.S. women's national team.
Let's.
Okay, let's talk about it.
As we're watching the guys, they're a 3-1 right now.
3-1
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think-
Go
I
USA.
think
Oh, we're in
Yeah.
extra. Oh, no.
No, I think that's it. They're going to the
Oh,
championship
wow.
against
Nice.
Mexico.
So our women's team is going to the
Yes,
championship. Our
yes.
men's team
On
is about to go to the
Sunday.
championship. And they're beasting. And I guess there was a little controversy that they were being a little too arrogant on their scoring. Like the first game.
The very first game.
They were
Yeah.
mad about them celebrating. They're still mad about them celebrating. And it's like, excuse me, would you not be celebrating if you were scoring all those points?
It's because it's the USA. Every other country wants to get it. If they're not winning, if we're winning, then that's an issue for everybody else.
Right.
But this time it was the tea sipping.
Yeah, I like that.
I
like
like
that picture
it.
that they
Oh, that was
posted. I
great.
thought
That
it
was-
was great, right?
the best.
It was the best. Yeah.
The first game was a little tougher, I think. Just my take on it, they had no problem celebrating. It's just when it got to like 10, 11, 12, 13.
But each player was scoring. A lot of them were individual scores, so you had to celebrate each player. That
It wasn't like
scored.
one person
There's,
scored
all
there's
the
six.
nothing wrong with
yeah.
that, but I remember there was like the 12th goal. The whole bench was up. They're all doing high fives, and that's great. I get it, but
So where do you draw the line,
Yeah,
Tommy?
I need to know.
I just think once you're probably past 10, I think it's probably just
Like 10-0. What if it was like 10-4?
10-4 is okay. I'm saying it's a 10 goal gap,
Gotcha.
because I just think Thailand specifically. Now I have no problem with celebrating, but once you get to that point, especially those girls, hey, it's 11-0.
But here's
We're
the
chilling.
thing: Thailand was supposed to be the favorite to win.
What?
Was it? What?
Nah, you're crazy. You're
No,
crazy.
no,
You're
they
crazy.
were. They were super aggressive, and they were
Nah.
expecting to win that match.
No.
And I think they came in with the
I
attitude
think
of
Thailand
thinking.
was the worst team in the whole.
Well, I
tournament.
think they are now, absolutely, with
Yeah.
that, especially with that final score. But Thailand, they were trying to be that team that thought they could beat them.
Listen, I have no problem with the women, with the tea thing, with the women celebrating. They're getting harped on too much in the first place.
Yeah, what do you
they're
think
girls.
about that?
My only thing was when it's 12-0 as a men's team. If your team celebrating like that, you're probably just at least from my perspective.
You guys get sensitive about that?
Not
Yeah.
sensitive, but it's probably like, bro, we're up 13. This team is terrible. If you watch that Thailand
Oh,
team
gotcha,
too,
yeah.
honestly, they probably would lose their high school team and soccer.
Oh,
and that's
shade is
not a
real.
shout out. That's just
Does
that's the
someone
thing.
not-
Shade.
No,
No,
I
I'm just
listen.
kidding.
No, honestly, that's it. But
You don't want to
but-
come talking smack to Tommy. He will
No.
take you
Yeah.
out.
He ain't gonna show
no. But there's not. I listen. I get it's a World Cup. I don't think they should be criticized for it. I'm just saying from a men's perspective, if it's the men's World Cup and you're up 10-0, you're probably going to get the same reaction if you're doing that. But as far as the other things go, the tea, I loved it. Why not? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
And they get too much grief, probably because they're women, and, it's the U.S., like you said. So, listen, I'm all for the U.S. team. Shout out to them. They're great. Great players, too. I mean,
they are beasts.
Really good players. I've been impressed, honestly.
All of them. And when they said that Megan Rapinoe wasn't playing in the last night's match, I was like,
wait, what?
I was like, she's been
because it was like nobody knew she was injured until all of a sudden she's not starting. I'm like, wait.
And then they said the hamstring thing, and I'm like, is it a political thing? Are they punishing? Like, I didn't know what was going on.
What do you feel about her and her discussion over 45?
Yes,
we won't mention the name.
Come on.
And being outspoken to that.
Nah, come on. She didn't do anything.
But it's freedom of speech.
She's in the right. What do you mean? What do you expect a woman who is openly gay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who is, probably the star of her team, who's very talkative on these things, what do you think Trump's gonna, and I don't care that she said that. It's everyone is not the first. She's not the first person to say that,
But she is very vocal about her stances.
She's vocal, and that's fine. But, what has Trump done for her? Has he been overly supportive to her or
Team USA, period?
Team USA.
Well, he did invite them now, I guess, if they win or lose.
Or to
whatever.
Gay people in general. So, I mean,
absolutely.
I'm all with her, whatever,
And she knelt with Cap.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And that was the start of it.
And she's Sue Bird's girlfriend.
Honestly, that was probably the farthest she's ever gone, cussing like that. She's always pretty elegant with what she says and always respectful. So,
right.
But some people can take it out of you. And I know if I were to have a conversation with 45, it would come out of me too.
Well, it's a passionate thing. It's such a passionate topic.
And it was Pride Month and this discussion's happening still.
And it wasn't like she was on the podium at the World Cup. I was just some question and someone had a camera in her face.
Yeah, random media asking questions.
And she just said it. And, maybe she didn't have to say it like that. But, I don't.
No, she can say it anytime she wants to say it.
Yeah.
She can say
it. For the show, I'd be dropping them too.
Yeah.
So
I'm completely.
If you were to catch me off guard, you would hear the same.
Catch you outside.
That's what I'm saying too. So, and I like Rapinoe too, and she's always, respectful.
And let's not forget that Julie Ertz is on it.
Yes, Julie Ertz, and the only African American player is on that team too.
Oh yeah,
and she's doing big things as well.
Oh man,
and we'll take it because it's women. And we're girl power
and so
right
they
now.
Play on Sunday.
Yes, they do.
8 a.m.
Yes, they do.
I know that Brian Allerman from the Outlaws, they're actually having a watch party on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
At what's the one on Trop? It's McMullen.
McMullen.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm always. I just want to say something else.
Oh, they're right by the Orleans.
Yeah, 8 a.m. They're going to have the watch party there. He actually also mentioned shout out to him because he's going to be with an original jersey at the game tomorrow. So look for the original USA jersey tomorrow and check that one out. That'll be interesting.
Also, Electric Company will be at Starboard.
Where?
Starboard Tag.
Where's that?
It's on Sahara and Eastern. Around there.
For the watch party, you guys are having a watch party.
For a watch party.
Oh, okay. Watch party too.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome. So come out and support. You got 2 venues to go to. My Rathers and probably go to Electric Company.
Yeah.
Roll with them. Are you going to wear the llama head there too?
Yeah, sure.
Get like a Team USA banner on there instead?
Yeah.
You got to be there to see what I wear.
Oh.
You got to be there.
Okay.
It's very secretive.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're playing Netherlands, right? Netherlands?
Yeah.
That's the team they're playing?
Yep. Well, that's going to be good. So, I mean, we can segue real quick. Everybody's talking about Kawhi before we wrap up. I mean, I feel like we're watching. I feel like it's a watch thing on Kawhi.
I'm just trying to figure out.
I'd rather go watch planes take off than know when he's going.
Here's the deal. It was interesting at first. Granted, what was that 6-hour span when we had all these different free agency picks? KD, Kyrie was gone. Jimmy Butler, Clay signed. All these things happened in like a matter of 6 hours, which just happened to be while I was at the pool on my birthday. And I'm like, whoa, another one. And then all of a sudden, now we have this like the Kawhi look.
I feel like I'm just mentally.
Like the entire city of Toronto was stalking him outside of a hotel.
Yeah,
they thought he was
see what he was going to do. Yeah. So what do you guys think he's going to do? Llama, you're up.
Llama's like, man, pass, soccer.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
Tommy,
a football guy. Oh, man. He's staying in Toronto. I get why he's doing this, though. He wants to be in the spotlight for, a few more days. Everyone's talking about him. Everyone's excited. I want him to go to the Lakers.
No,
I
we don't want him to go to the Lakers.
I
You
mean,
don't?
we'll see.
Aren't you a Lakers fan?
I am a Lakers fan, but at the same time, I just don't know how that dynamic's going to work with LeBron, Kawhi, and AD.
Why?
I mean,
3 of the best players in the
they are
game.
the 3
Who
best
cares?
players.
They'll figure
Is there
it
going to
out.
be an ego thing?
It's a year, you know.
We know how
whatever.
Let's
LeBron
hope,
gets.
because we get Hollywood when we come to LA.
Yeah, but they're recruiting him, so they have to be. They did it with the Heat.
But here's the deal. Someone, and I think I was
Miami
watching
is
Jalen
totally
Rose today when he
different from
mentioned it. So, and Jalen said he's 99% sure that this is going to happen. He's going to stay in Toronto. He
Because
said
they're
that,
going to give him a max deal.
but no, they said they're going to give him the 2-year contract, and then at 10 years you get the super max deal. So why
Right.
not stay for those 2 years? Then you become a free agent and you can go wherever you want and get super max. That's,
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's a fact because I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
You got your
Yeah.
stuff right for sure. I mean, hey.
Tommy, we
He's
might
the
know
man.
a little something about something sometimes.
Oh, hey, no, you guys,
On it more than I am.
Are you crazy? I learned my lesson the first time I came here. I was like, what? And who? I don't know any of this stuff. You guys are way better than.
I checked
like
out
to
totally on this thing because I'm so MLB right now. It's not even funny. Like,
Shout
I'm
out to
baseball
John
right
Weeks
now.
right now, who's at the Dodgers game.
Is
He was like,
he?
I'm going to listen while I'm watching the game. And I was
Yeah,
like,
John,
yeah.
represent those boys in blue. That's my team right there.
Probably
Number
is.
one
And
in
he
the
probably
league
had
right
a few
now.
of these. And
That's okay.
Now, but I was like, yeah, Mo's Dodgers. She'd
I
probably
sure
be there.
am, and guess what? We're going to the World Series, and we're going to win this time.
I'll go to
This
the game
is our
with you.
year.
I'm
We
with
gotta
you
do
because I
it.
know my team ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we got to do it, man. Number one in the league. Yankees are trailing, like, right behind us. They're chomping on our heels, but I think the Dodgers, we got this.
By the way, you guys, all sports, you cover everything.
Well, we just love it
I
all.
love it. No,
We
I
love
respect
all.
it. There's no favorites. You're just like, I'm doing this.
But
and
Tommy,
this, and
I
this,
have
and
to
this,
tell
and
you,
I
I've
respect
learned a
that.
lot for you guys.
Seriously.
And I've learned a lot from
Absolutely.
soccer because I wasn't into soccer.
Me
until
neither.
I didn't.
I hated it when I was a kid.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
It wasn't
hated
even a thing
It's
of
still
I hate.
growing.
I just didn't
It's
know.
still growing. I know.
Yeah.
I hate
All I know
stuff.
is
You know what I think it is?
But
I
you
feel
guys
like
didn't
it's
say
the,
anything.
it's like the Knights got me to like me to like hockey. And I feel like the lights have helped me in
It's
liking
okay.
soccer. I don't think I'd be watching soccer if it wasn't for you guys. And for the energy
absolutely.
at the games, like even last year when I came before, I mean, those games were still pretty hyped too.
Yeah.
You guys, I know you guys didn't do as well.
It was a different vibe though.
Yeah,
it was a little
different.
But still, absolutely.
But it was good.
But that's the thing. It's the vibe. It's the chanting. And I was telling my brother, kind of schooling him.
The
like
community.
The community. And I was schooling my brother like I knew everything. Like I was like, yeah, go to the UK. Everybody stands at soccer stadiums, and you cannot sit down. Like that is the rule. Like if you
just
sit
can't do
down,
that.
this is
No,
the
if
problem.
there's anything you guys should put on your bucket list, and I remember Odell actually the other day, like 3 weeks ago, made a comment about how saying NFL fans need to be more like European soccer fans.
Yeah.
And I say on your bucket list, go to a English Premier League first division soccer game.
We got to do it.
It will change it's the greatest sporting event just because everyone is so in tune with the game. First of all, everyone's standing, but everyone's reacting to every single play. It's not like, American
It's
fans,
intense.
for soccer, it's more like if you score, yay, or
It's
whatever.
how we are in football
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. But English soccer, it's like everything a foul. Everyone's, everyone's chanting all together. It's quite
So we
something.
need to plan a trip
That's
to
on
the
the bucket
UK.
list right
Yeah,
there.
we do. We
Okay.
do. That is on a bucket list.
Well, it's
for
crazy
sure.
because when I went to a Sounders game, I think I've told the story before, but I was at the Big Three. It was like a semifinal in Seattle. Same day was, I was like, oh yeah, I'll go get. My friend gave me tickets. Like, here's tickets to the game. I was like, oh sweet, I'll go sit down, chill, whatever. We didn't sit down one time.
You were tired after, yeah.
I was already up all day, and I'm thinking I'll just sit down, watch the cool soccer game.
Yeah.
No, we stood up the whole time. I was like, who does this? Well, soccer fans do.
If there's anything that's close to, European football, it would be Seattle or Portland. That
Yeah.
kind of vibe. That's
I heard
they do it
Portland's
the best.
Timbers are pretty crazy
Oh,
too.
the Pacific Northwest, that's the soccer heaven right there.
That's crazy.
For
Yeah.
America. So.
Well, Vegas is going to be next because I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
with our
Yes,
attendance
ma'am.
of having 9,400, we were ready.
Yes, ma'am.
And they were there.
Yes, we are.
And I think tomorrow we're going to be ready and we'll be there.
So one more question that somebody brought up.
Oh,
in
okay.
the chat.
Go for it.
What are your feelings on the disparity? Because we've discussed
Yeah.
disparity in women's
But I was
basketball.
going to bring that up, but I didn't know how much time we had.
We got
Go
some
for it.
time.
Yeah.
But what, as far as, there is this thing concerned now as far as especially the USA women's team has been fighting for getting equal pay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, is there feelings about that? I mean,
It's such a tough area. I mean, for me, I haven't looked at the numbers, especially right now, because it's a numbers game at the end of the day. I'm all for fair pay. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't even be a problem. Honestly,
Right.
I know it's still probably a problem. I know, I don't know specifically right now, but I know when they brought it up last World Cup, and the World Cup was in Canada, it was for the Women's World Cup. And so what they did was and I would do this too, by the way, if I was on the women's team. This is all props to them. What they did was they looked at the numbers of that year. I think it was 2016 or whatever the year that was in Canada. And they compared them to the men's numbers, and they out-earned them drastically. But the problem was the men played 2 friendlies. It was their off year. So they said, well, we're making way more money than the men in this year. What's the problem? And what you could argue is, well, if you look at a men's World Cup and you compare it to a women's World Cup, it's really hard to balance those two out. But like I said, if I was on the women's team, I would do the same exact thing. Why not?
Right.
But I'm all for fair pay. I think equal pay is tough. I don't know, it's at the end of the day, like I said, it's a numbers game, and I don't know enough to really comment. But, fair pay for now. But shout out to the women's because guess what? They're kill it. They're great. They're better than the men's team right now if you look at it.
Did you say that one more time?
They're better than the men's team right now.
Better than the men's team.
Hello.
Okay.
And by the way, their jersey, like yesterday, came out and said it was the top-selling jersey. So, listen, the support's there. There's no question. I think it's the same thing with the WNBA kind of thing. It's an attendance game, and it's a television thing, and all these numbers.
It's the money, and it's the
numbers, and it's tough.
Yeah.
So I think a men's player might say, well, maybe equal pay might be tough, but
fair pay is
fair
definitely
pay.
not that. But that's not even, that shouldn't even be a question, really. And it's a joke that it.
And it's unfortunate that it has to be a topic.
No, it's totally unfortunate, and I think they've beyond earned it. And like I said, when I watch these games, I've actually been surprised, not in a bad way, but these women are very, very, very good. It's not like it's not like a drop off when you watch it. Like, oh, this is women's soccer.
No.
I've been like, these girls are.
They can compete.
No, they're bringing it.
Like ballers. I mean, they're so good. So I'm all for fair pay, and I hope one day they're getting the same amount of money as men, and they're getting just as much attention because they deserve it. So.
Well, the only thing that I think was brought up on a person's radio show that I don't quite like, because he's very controversial for me. But anyway, he brought up a good point though, was that right now, while we're in the middle of the World Cup, yes, they're huge. Yes, they get a lot of attention. Yes, a lot of money is coming in for sports and paraphernalia, for just for the jerseys and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. But that during those off years,
well, that's what I was gonna ask. Like
we're
the
not
off
really
season, what's
seeing
going on?
them as much, or knowing about them. So no one's really following. No one's tuning into the the other different tournaments that they're in. They only are tuning in for the World Cup.
Well, I think that goes with anything when we get to certain levels of things, even with WNBA. It doesn't get the hype until we get into a championship year. Same with MLB. It doesn't get into a hype until we're getting into World Series.
But part of that is that it's not being exposed. Like they're not putting, like even for the WNBA, we're on different venues. You can watch it on Twitter for certain games. You can watch ESPN Plus for certain games. You can watch local stations. But it's not like it's on a set network every weekend. Like Big 3 is on every weekend.
Yeah.
On CBS, it's guaranteed you get to watch it.
Right.
And that's
but I'm curious about the viewership of that too, because of
I love the Big 3.
I do too, but I have yet to watch, and I hate to say this.
It's unfortunate that they can be in season 3 and be
already
have
all that exposure,
for everything. And I bet you some of those players are getting as much as WNBA players.
It's quite possible. It's
quite possibly.
It's tough. I mean, but and to go off the argument, you look at a men's World Cup too, and I don't know the numbers, but I think when it was in France last World Cup or wherever it was, I think the overall was like 36 billion or something.
Wow. That's
crazy the women's was like almost 2 billion. So it's just
which is crazy.
That's
it's
still
just
crazy
tough.
Numbers,
And I'm proud of the U.S. because we've compared to all these other countries as far as women's soccer goes. We have really pushed the envelope for women's soccer, and they've carried women's soccer. The U.S. national team has carried all these other countries to start getting better. That's what I was so impressed with too, because England wasn't as good as they were, this year.
And people were worried about that
ago.
Quarterfinals match with them. They were like, "Ooh, England, I don't know."
But all these other teams are getting better, and it's all because the U.S. women's team has been good with the Mia Hamm days and all this stuff. And
Mia Hamm.
They pushed the envelope, and so now all these other countries are following suit. So as much as they want to get mad at U.S. soccer, U.S. soccer has really been with them the whole time, and now, now we'll get the money figured out, and I hope everyone, obviously, it's a utopia, so I hope everyone gets happy one day.
Happy, fuzzy unicorns everywhere.
That might not be reality, but listen, it's a tricky one, it's viewership and all that stuff. So
before we wrap up, there was a couple questions sometimes here's this.
Your chat is popping.
We got a podcast going on. People are live on video. People don't feel like calling in. They get a little
I don't know
phone
why.
shy. It's not like you have to sit here and be on camera.
I really don't know why you just don't call in.
But it's okay. It's okay. We understand. So shout out to Nelson who's in our chat. He had a couple questions for Tommy, but maybe we could address both of you because it's something that you guys both do. It's how long have you been playing soccer, and what got you and how old were you when you started playing soccer?
Oh man, well, I probably started when I was probably 7 years old. 24 years old. Do the math there, but no, I mean, but I've been seriously probably really started playing like club soccer when I was around like 10.
What got you started in it?
Well, my cousins, my older cousins were, they played all these other sports, but they really actually were, soccer was their thing. My oldest cousin Joe and my cousin Mike, I think they were on the 86 Premier team, which is just a local club team around here. But, they kind of, they got me started in it. And that's when, Vegas was still small, especially for soccer. But they did really well. My cousin Joe went on to play at Oregon State, played soccer there. And my
Beavers!
And my cousin Mike played at UCLA. And my cousin Mike ended up playing MLS for like 6 years. So, I think I had a lot of family in it, and it was one of those things. But I played a lot of sports too, and I think I was just probably best at soccer at one point.
You got to roll with what you're best at.
Absolutely.
No, and but yeah, no, a lot of family got involved, and then just made a lot of friends in it, and just kind of stuck with, honestly.
And look at you now.
Yeah. And what got you, Llama Dude, into your love of soccer?
Well, for me, it was one of my cousins he lives in Bakersfield.
Okay.
And he used to go take me to the park all the time, and we would just get like people from there and scrimmage and stuff. But like professionally, I don't say professionally, but like when I started really getting into a club was on high school. It was my senior year. I started late because I was trying to start earlier, but life gets you sometimes, and you can't do it. Yeah. So I started my senior year, and then I would never play in the field pretty much because like I wasn't that good. And then I got my first goal, which was a miracle goal pretty much.
Nice.
And then after that, I just like started getting better and better. Well, not pretty much like they are, but
hey, everyone
best
has
I can
their own story.
And my own personal question, how do you become like this is why when I played softball, I was like, who wants to be catcher? Like, who wants to just sit there and have people swinging bats by their heads and having to catch fast? What makes you want to be a goalie?
You know what?
It's up to
I would ask you
the
the kind of
game's
thing.
on you.
You know what? I think like I said, when I was young, I think I really started playing goalie only when I was 10, 11. Like I wasn't really playing. After that, I was just pretty much stuck in there. And I'd been playing other sports. I was good at basketball. I was good at, baseball. So my hands were probably better than most people, and I had the height.
Kawhi hands?
It was Kawhi hands, right? No, no, but I'm sure you have a similar experience with catcher. I mean, you have to grow up with it. There's been times.
Oh, I didn't play catcher. I was like,
oh,
who
you
would
didn't?
want to
Oh,
play
I thought
catcher?
you said you played it. Oh no, I was gonna say. I mean, it's like you have to. You're gonna go through things as a goalie just because it's it's on you're on your own. It's a lonely position. I really had to grow up. I mean, from the time I was 13 to now, you go through different times as a goalkeeper, emotionally and, physically. So you have to grow up with it. And, because I have people asking all the time, I have that question all the time. Why would you want to do that? You're all alone back there, and, you're either the hero or you're the GOAT kind of thing. Yeah. But, I think you get over that and you grow up with it and you learn to love it. I don't know. It's one of those things.
I always thought like the 2 months I played indoor soccer and still hated it. I always thought maybe they don't because they don't want to run. Because here's the deal. I don't do soccer because I hate running. I mean, I'll run now with like my dog.
Man, that running is tough.
But
I love running. I love running. I love running.
I ran a half marathon for Rock and Roll Marathon.
You did?
Time. I sure did.
Hey.
And when I could do it. And that was a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So I thought maybe the goalies decided to do that because they're like, who wants to run all this?
I don't really love to run, so that part of it.
I don't know, but you have a lot of energy at your goalpost. Like you're active. And if you're not really physically moving, you're chanting, you're yelling, you're motivated. You're doing a lot.
How do you stay in the game when you're just like, let's say
that's part of the
when the other team is on when we're on the ball so hard and it's staying on their half on their half of the field, like what?
Yeah, well, that's part of the thing, especially as a professional, and you learn this in college too. But you have to be engaged the whole time because a coach looks at you to be like the general. You see the whole field, so you're making sure guys are in the right position. If there's a turnover, who can cover for what, what your coach would say is, the more you command your team, the less work you have to do.
Right.
So the more you have someone in the right position or on the right guy or forcing the guy the right way, the less big saves you have to make and the less goals you probably give up. So it's definitely a different position than most because, I am constantly yelling. I'm constantly doing that.
Yeah,
but that's what my
noticed
coach
that.
expected. If I was quiet back there, he wouldn't be too happy.
Yeah, and I like how you set up play positions.
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be times where they're able to set up plays, like directing the players to like go here, no, stay right there, do this, so
like on a free kick.
yeah, on a free kick thing, yeah, like
That's
be
part
on
of
this
sport,
side, and
too.
it's the strategy thing.
Yeah.
So you also have to keep that in mind.
Yeah,
as well
no,
with
like
that.
if they have a free kick, like
Yeah.
let's say 30 yards out and they're looking to shoot, I have to set up the wall and then make sure guys are marked up. And people kind of know at practice where you're generally going to be, but yeah, you have to get on them because some guys arguing with the ref or some guys, doing whatever, and some guys
Adrenaline's
picking,
pumping.
some guys picking
Yeah.
flowers.
I've seen you be the neutralizer when they get into it with each other, with the opposing teams. I've seen
Yeah.
you be the neutral guy on
Yeah.
that. So you pretty much are like dad out there to a certain degree. Like I gotta be.
You know what? And that's if you
Big
watch
Daddy
other goalies,
TKO.
too,
Yes,
right?
TKO, be a big
Wink.
dad.
No, and that's after dark right there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey,
On that note, man,
It's a wrap. It's a
where's
wrap.
my lipstick? Wait a minute. Time out.
Hey, so y'all, thank you for watching,
Yes.
and thank you both for coming in.
Thank
we
you,
are
Alex.
excited.
Thank
we
you.
are excited for tomorrow's game. We
Very
can't wait to
excited.
catch
Yeah.
Llama Dude. We
Oh,
can't to see
me
I
too.
know.
what kind of outfit he's got on.
Right.
And we're excited to see Tommy.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
Llama
he's
Dude, where
gonna-
can they
Get this
find you?
result. Let's get this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, get those results. And you called it 3-0.
Yep.
So that's what it's going to be.
Yes.
And where can they find you?
At Instagram at LlamaDude7 or on Twitter at LlamaDude15.
Mama Dude 15. And TKO, Mr. Olsen, the mayor.
yes.
I wanted to ask you where the mayor thing came from
Oh,
real
it all
quick,
came
too.
from Winalda.
Well, no,
Yeah, he
really?
was like one of the first days I met him. He was on doing a little interview or whatever, and they asked about me, and he said goalie, whatever. He goes, "Yeah, the kid's gonna be mayor one day," and it just stuck.
You've got the
I guess.
personality.
And then
We've seen your interviews. You're very
Right,
good
you're
with
very
There you
good.
go.
media.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I like politics. I could be doing it, but actually, Las Vegas Weekly came out with a story about me.
I
Yeah.
did
And
see
it
that.
said the mayor
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. So yeah, it's
Mayor
kind of stuck.
Cashman.
So
I
hey,
love it.
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll
You better
see.
change your
Instagram
your
handle
Instagram
to the
handle.
mayor.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
posted for the,
Cashman.
to promote the show tonight. I was like, we have the mayor himself. Mr.
Yeah.
Well,
Thomas
it's funny
Olsen.
too because Oscar Goodman,
Right.
the former mayor,
Yeah.
came
Yes.
up to me when we were at our photo shoot. He was there and he goes,
Oh, when you guys were at the Plaza Pool.
Yeah.
Dang it, we didn't
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, we didn't talk
You
about
guys
the pool
didn't invite
plaza.
Llama
He
Dude.
came
Come
up
on.
to me and said, "If you don't stop with this mayor stuff, I'm gonna have you whacked, all right?"
Oh.
All joking. He laughed.
Yeah.
He laughed. All
Who is
jokes.
he gonna call? They're all
But it was so
Tony's
funny.
gone.
You know
They're all
he's
gone.
connected
Like,
on
Oh,
yeah.
hey, listen, Oscar Goodman. Man.
That's
That's
I
old
what's up.
mean, but that's what I'm saying. But
That's Vegas
I
right there.
I was a little one when that Tony Spilatro thing and all that Vegas history and the Tony Romas thing with Lucky. Lefty,
Feliciano?
no, Lefty
Oh.
Rosenthal at the
Oh,
Tony
okay.
Romas
Yep.
on Sahara, where his car exploded. You've seen it in Casino. That was kind of based off of that whole thing. And,
Yep.
At the mob museum.
and yeah. And so that is just very funny. He knows a lot, that's
Oh,
for sure. But they're all
absolutely.
gone, so I don't know who he's got.
I'm a
Well,
little
kinda
jealous
high.
of the pool party.
I am
wish
too,
media
because I
coulda
saw
came
how
out.
you
Did I
guys
give you
were
guys a
like-
poster? Because I have one.
You do?
I don't have it right here. I have it in my car. I can go get it. But,
Okay, please
but
do,
I have
because-
it for you guys.
Okay, we
Absolutely.
would love that.
It was wild. That's for
Calendar?
sure.
Are they going to do a calendar? Do we see a calendar in the future for all of you
I'm
guys?
sure there'll be a calendar.
Because Kevin showed his abs. Now, you're more than welcome to show
Right.
ab work if you'd like.
Hey, Kevin's got the. Hey, he's.
Are you
he's
not
a little,
confident to
he's
show
a-
ab
hey,
work right now,
Hey,
real
I
quick?
mean, the abs are decent. Abs are decent. Abs are decent. Abs are decent.
Come on, close your eyes.
Paul's like, what is going? Paul said,
It's
what is
after dark.
happening
I
here?
mean, this is what happens.
Listen, I got abs too.
Let's see a piece of abs.
They're hidden right now behind some fluff.
Pizza.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll take it,
Hey,
though. I like the bears, too. I
absolutely.
like my teddy bear.
Hey, it's all good.
And it is. So where can they find you, the mayor of Cashman?
Oh man, Tommy K. Olsen on Instagram.
All
and
right.
Tommy K. Olsen 1 on Twitter.
I
Yeah.
love it. I
Hit me
love
up.
it.
Let me
I do
know.
too.
I'm so excited for the
I'm
game
excited
tomorrow.
for tomorrow's game. Everybody, please come to the
I
lights game
swear,
tomorrow.
I might
Come
just
see
wear
this.
these all game.
I don't know if I can do
You
all
guys are
that.
undefeated, by the way, at the games together, right? We haven't lost when
Yeah,
you two are
we
there.
haven't.
When we
Yeah.
stayed there the whole game.
We stayed-
Oh,
Oh, no.
oh no.
We're not.
When we left the one
We
game
left the
early.
one
Well,
early
it's
to go
okay.
get
It's okay.
crab.
I'll just pretend you didn't say
I think
that.
it was a tie. I think it was a tie.
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
I like this stuff.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We do. We really appreciate you coming on.
You.
And thanks for everybody
Thanks
that
for
watched at my
yes.
watch party. Shout out to all the new heads that came in on the watch party.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for supporting Girl Chat
Continue
Sports.
to share,
like
Spotify,
yes.
iHeartRadio,
Google Play,
Apple Podcasts,
YouTube. So for
YouTube,
Nelson,
subscribe,
if he wants to see that,
start watching.
Absolutely. And for Nelson, who wrote it in your chat real quick, if he wants to see the original interview, the first interview we did with Tommy Olsen, it's on YouTube.
Yes, it is.
It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify and all those places, and you can, all your questions can be answered there too.
Yeah, that's probably another one of my guys.
Well, you tell him we got it. We got the interview for that. We definitely do. All right. So we're at it. Peace. 2 fingers.
Girl Chat Sports After Dark.
Yes.